back.
Of course, security of the worship centers in the territory on days like these is of paramount value.
The FCT were not just looking at just today alone. They've been preparing for it before, and it has come up now, and they still have the aftermath of whatever celebration we have today.
With the Imam slaughtering his sacrificial ram, he paves the way for members of his congregation here at the Abuja National Mosque, and as well the entire Muslim Ummah in the FCT, to go back home and begin the merrymaking to partake in the celebration of this very auspicious Eid al-Adha. Imam Makari enjoined worshippers to be benevolent and charitable in the celebration towards the less privileged. In Abuja, Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Still in the mood of the season, from Yahya Road Jumat Mosque in Kaduna, Muslim faithful, including the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Muhammad Idris, wants Nigerians to uphold the lessons of sacrifice being showcased as a strong pillar while remaining steadfast in contributing their quota towards nation building. Saliu Gwanara reports that the 2 Rakat obligatory prayers were observed peacefully in Kaduna.
The early morning downpour in Kaduna could not prevent Muslim faithful from observing the 2 important Rakat prayers. Chief Imam of Yahya Road Jumat Mosque, Muhammad Khalid's sermon emphasized that kindness and obedience to constituted authorities are necessary moral obligations of a Muslim faithful.
This sacrifice is for all of us to have a good life here and in the hereafter. And we do hope and we believe, as all Muslims and as all Nigerians, that at the end of the day, we will have a prosperous Nigeria and we'll have a fulfilled life, not only here, but also in the hereafter. We call on everybody to come together, to get united, to keep behind the President's message of hope, of resilience, of unity, and of patriotism in the interest of not just our country, but humanity as a whole.
Consistent with his desire towards national values rebirth through national reorientation, the minister believed prayer is key. And on a day like this, Sunday, members of both dominant religion in Nigeria have a role to play.
And we want to also express that the government, like Musa has indicated, is very much with the people. We've been trying to see that we can uplift the living standard of the people in every facet of our society.
The minister thereafter slaughtered a ram to fulfill the religious rites. In Kaduna, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Deputy Governor Sokoto State Idris Muhammad Gobri says in spite of security challenges in some parts, I beg your pardon, I'll take that again. Deputy Governor Sokoto State Idris Muhammad Gobri says in spite of security challenges in some parts of the state, government is collaborating with security agencies to ensure that this year's farming activities are not interrupted. The Deputy Governor stated this while on Salah homage to Sultan of Sokoto. Bashir Ibrahim Nababa reports.
The 2 units prayer was attended by the Sokoto State Deputy Governor Idris Muhammad Gobir, the Sultan of Sokoto Muhammad Saad Abubakar, and the top government functionaries among thousands of Muslims. In his sermon, the chief imam of Sultan Bello Jumat Mosque, Imam Muhammad Bello Akura, enjoined Muslims to fear Allah in their dealings, be kind to one another, and share their sacrificed animals with the needy. The chief imam later slaughtered his ram to signal the commencement of the Eid sacrifice. In his Eid message, Sultan Muhammad Saad Abubakar called on government to do more toward addressing security challenges inimical to socio-economic development. He said Nigeria is grappling with challenges and the citizens are facing hardships, and that no meaningful development can be achieved without security. The Sultan called on the citizens to pray for the nation's leaders and for peace and socio-economic development. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
We'll bring you more on Salah celebration after this time out. Stay with us. Welcome back. Former President Muhammadu Buhari says he is pleased that more Nigerians have taken to farm to grow more food so as to bring prices down and feed the nation, warning, however, that uncontrolled population growth was a matter for concern. Speaking to journalists shortly after joining Emir of Daura, Dr. Umar Farouk, to observe the Eid prayer at the township Eid ground on Sunday, the former president prayed for joy, prosperity, and health for all Nigerians. He, however, appeals to all to make Nigeria self-reliant in terms of food production. He encourages all to patronize made-in-Nigeria products, adding that the foundation of a prosperous and stable country has been led by successive government. He urged the youth of the country to seek to know about the founding fathers of the nation, the important personalities of their regions, and derive inspiration from them. Still in the mood of celebration, Muslims have been admonished to intensify prayers for the development of the nation. Let's join Thomas Obeteri for more.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuga has congratulated Muslim community worldwide on the occasion of Eid al-Adha. In a statement, he described the sacrifice of Eid al-Adha as an act of devotion and obedience to Allah, exemplified by Prophet Ibrahim. Tuga urges the Muslim faithful to maximize the season by praying against insecurity and rededicate themselves to nation building, while calling on Nigerians to use the opportunity to reach out to neighbors, friends, relations, and the less privileged to ensure a sense of belonging. Yusuf Tuga prayed Allah to shower his blessings on the nation. The Minister of Defense, Mohammed Badaru Abubakar, wishes Nigerians a hitch-free Eid al-Kabir celebration. In a statement, the minister prayed for Allah's blessings on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Muslim faithful, the gallant armed forces of Nigeria, and the nation as a whole. He commended the collective efforts of the armed forces and Nigerians towards achieving a safer and more secure Nigeria. The minister urged Nigerians to draw inspirations from the sacred occasion, embracing its lessons and rewards as a guiding force for unity, compassion, righteousness, and nation. Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives Benjamin Kalu has congratulated Nigerian Muslims as they join their counterparts world over to celebrate this year's Eid Kabir. In a statement, Kalu urged the Muslims faithful and indeed all Nigerians to pursue unity and national cohesion, adopting the age-old maxim, united we stand, divided we fall. The Deputy Speaker also encouraged citizens to eschew selfishness and imbibe the teachings of Prophet Muhammad.
Islam's most significant festivals and is celebrated at the peak of Hajj exercise in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Dr. Alabi in this report tells us more about the mood of pilgrims on Eid Day as this year's Hajj winds down.
On the day of Eid al-Adha, the feast of sacrifice, scores of pilgrims make a journey to Mina to throw 7 stones at Shaitan, also known as the devil, at Jamra, a place where the devil was believed to have been rejected. Many of the pilgrims observing this ritual are also praying to Allah for forgiveness, mercy, and particularly not to fall into temptations that can dissuade them from the path of Allah.
It's been an amazing journey so far, even though, you can see the weather is really hot, but you don't even get to feel it because the feeling that the journey that you're walking through that takes you, take your mind off things and stuff like that.
My prayer point is, all I want is in this world, happiness. Allah should make me to be happy always. Allah should increase my piety. Allah should increase my wealth. Allah should do everything that is good for me on this earth.
I was here maybe like 14 years ago, and since then I've been longing to be here, and I'm happy that I'm here.
It's very meaningful for me, so I just want to say thank you, Allah.
Not everyone can come here. Yeah.
Most of the pilgrims have had their rams slaughtered, while some are still busy throwing pebbles. Others who have completed theirs are already shaving their hair as they can change from the ihram to personal dresses ahead of farewell circumambulation of the Holy Kaaba or Tawaful Wada.
In Islam, Hajj is a leveler, and regardless of your status, your color, your race, your language, you are all one, wearing the same clothes and doing the same thing at the same time.
The annual pilgrimage to Mecca and Medina in Saudi Arabia is an obligation only for those men and women who are physically and financially able to perform it once in their lifetime. From Jamra in Mina near Mecca in Saudi Arabia, Tokwe Alabi, NTA News.
Still in the spirit of the Eid al-Kabir celebration, widows have benefited from a philanthropist who has seen the need to help the less privileged and supports governments in its efforts to make life easier in the current economic hardship. Dennis Adeglue reports that this is courtesy of the Hadiza Mamman Vatsa Foundation.
In continuation of its kindness and generosity to the less privileged, the Hadiza Mamman Vatsa Foundation was at the Cairo local government area in a special celebration of Eid al-Kabir. Warmly received by residents led by the chairman of the Cairo Local Government Council, James Thomas, this was a happy occasion for them and Hadiza Mamman Vatsa. As has been her consistent practice, and coming from a deprived background, she showed her philanthropic nature with the distribution of food items and other essentials needed for daily living, as well as cash gifts to the widows, widowers and other beneficiaries. A cow was also sacrificed to mark Eid al-Kabir.
You know, the car you have, it cannot take you to anywhere. You have 10 houses. You cannot sleep in all of them in one day. I believe the one God has blessed me, I want to give back to society. And that is why I am here. Because I believe everything we have, we borrow. So we'll leave everything and go. So what is left? The only thing that gives me joy is to give back to people. I see people happy.
For them to put hand in their mouth is always very difficult but some people who are going to benefit today, I know they will never forget this day and what the foundation has done to them. So we're so happy, most especially at the grassroots. We're supposed to do that, but people coming like this to augment what we're doing, what appreciation. So that's why I said whatsoever program I'm having, I'll just spare my time to come and show support to what this foundation are doing.
Well, it's a wonderful program. I must be sincere. On a more realistic note, I celebrate her good gesture, her empathy, and vision.
Thank you for Ajia, where he help us widow to eat food with our children, where he care for us. May God bless her.
The foundation has in the past year toured the country on such philanthropic endeavors to give support to governments as it strives to ease the burden on Nigerians. Dennis Adegunloye, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 3 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Vivian Izadefi. Don't forget to show love to someone out there because it's a joyous moment. Enjoy the rest of your day.